Well, hello there YouTubers, and welcome to another DrCassette video. Today we are going to take a closer look at the Hitachi model PS-38. As you can see, I have the record player all taken apart. This is the bottom cover with the 4 feet on there. And yes, this was made of plastic. This is the record player itself, of course. No, that's not part of it. As you can see, it was made of particle board, but well, it's quite a solid thing, really. And let's take a look. This is the power supply, little transformer. The direct drive motor with the speed control. This is where the connections from the cartridge are coming in. The wires are directly hooked up to these RCA jacks, and hooked up to those RCA jacks is this really thick RCA cable. Right there we have the on and off switch and speed selector, and there we have the 2 potentiometers for the speed control. It has speed problems, especially in the 33 RPM mode. So here I have one of the switches taken apart, and this was done really interesting. You have this plastic part here, and using the switch you turn this, and you have these things coming out, and according to the position this thing is in, these push buttons are pressed. I opened up this one already in order to clean the contacts in there. Here we have a close-up. Now, in order to get this to open up, I had to use some tools, because you see these are not screws. So I had this thing here. It's a little drill thing, and using that thing I just drilled out these metal pieces, and then I could simply pull apart the switch. So that's where I am right now, and I'm now going to open up this switch to clean the contacts in there as well. I now finished the second switch, and as you can see, there was quite a bit of dirt inside of there. There we go. See it? Now, I had a bit of an accident with the second switch. When I took it apart, the top cover broke, so I had to tape that back together. So switches are done. So now, as long as those are taken off, I can easily reach those potentiometers. So now I'm going to clean those. I now have the potentiometers cleaned, and also I have the speed selector back together. As you can see, it's now working as it should. I think I'm now going to put some spray into those jacks here as well, to make sure that they have good contact. And then I'm going to put this back together. As you can see, I now have the bottom part back on there, and turned around the record player, of course. So now I can start cleaning the chassis. Already cleaned the bottom part. There used to be a little holding thing for the 45 adapter, but obviously that's gone. I'm going to try to get the glue off there. Now, before starting to clean the record player, we want to go and take off the head shell with the cartridge so that we don't accidentally damage that thing. So carefully take that off, and here it is. It says Hitachi on there, and there's an autophone F150 Mark II mounted on there. I now have cleaned the record player itself. It was a bit complicated because the record player, it has some sort of a black foil on there, and it is really hard to clean that properly without having, like, you know, the remaining water and dirt on there visible. I used a window cleaner, and that did the job pretty well. I first used water to clean off all the dirt, and then to clean off all the remains I used window cleaner. And yeah, it's looking pretty good now. As you can see, I also took off the counterweight. It's gonna be cleaned, and all the knobs. Now, I also cleaned the cover, the plastic cover, and I tried something that I read in the internet about polishing up these covers. Because I read that you can use this kind of stuff that's actually made for polishing up cars. That you can use that for polishing up plastic covers as well. Now, as you just take a look at the cover, you can see there are still scratches left on there, of course, because, well, to get rid of a scratch you basically have to take away as much plastic as the actual scratch is deep. So, that would be some work. But one big success was there was one scratch on there. They're actually the most nasty scratches. They don't really damage the plastic. They just kind of mess up the surface of the plastic so that it looks white. It was a big scratch right there, just white. And I took the stuff, went over there a couple of times, and it came off. It's gone. So that's really a big success. So now want to start cleaning the platter and the rubber mat. As you might be able to see, the record player is now all back together. All nice and clean. I reinstalled the cartridge and the head shell. One thing I'm always doing whenever I put that back together, I put some contact spray onto the contacts of the head shell and the arm so that we get a good contact. And yeah, I have to check how to set the counterweight and anti-skating for this cartridge. Currently I have it all set for 1.5. It's done pretty much. So can now give it a test. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and see you again soon.